The surah repeatedly reminds us to observe the world. I learned from the novel Namal and Surah An-Naml everything started making sense. Strength, intelligence, and Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today I want to talk about something very close to my heart, and that is what I learned from the novel Namal and Surah An-Naml from the Quran. When I first heard the name Namal, I knew it meant ants, but I never really understood why such a powerful story must be named after something so small. Later I realized when I reflected on Surah An-Naml, everything started making sense, and honestly this changed the way I looked at strength, intelligence, and even on my own life. First, let's talk about what is Surah An-Naml about. Surah An-Naml is a chapter of the Quran named after an ant. There is a beautiful moment where an ant warns another ant to go back to their homes so they do not get crushed by Prophet Suleiman's army. What touched me most is that Allah mentions such a tiny creation in the Quran, an ant, small, unnoticed, fragile, yet intelligent enough to protect its community. And this teaches us something very powerful, that is, greatness is not measured by size or status. Even the smallest being has awareness, responsibilities, and purposes. The surah repeatedly reminds us to observe the world around us, nature, people, events, because everything carries signs of Allah's wisdom. Now, when I read Namal, I realize the connection. The story shows characters who appear ordinary from the outside but carry deep intelligence, patience, and hidden strength. Just like ants, they move quietly, they plan carefully, they survive through strategies rather than power. No loud victories, no instant justice, only patience, intelligence, and faith. And that made me realize something, that is, real battles in life are rarely fought loudly. Most struggles happen in life inside us. One of the biggest lessons I have learned is about power. In Surah An-Naml, Prophet Suleiman had immense power, control over armies, wealth, and knowledge. Yet he heard the ant, he smiled with gratitude and thanked Allah. Power did not make him arrogant, it made him humble. And in Namal, we see that intelligence without morality becomes destruction, while intelligence guided by faith becomes justice. So the lesson here is simple but difficult. True strength is humility, but being powerful is easy. Remaining kind while being powerful is very rare. Another lesson I learned is about patience and unseen planning. Ants work underground, most of their effort is invisible. Similarly, in life, we often feel like nothing is happening, our efforts go unnoticed, our struggles are unseen. But both Surah An-Naml and Book Namal teaches that unseen effort still matters. Allah sees what people do not. Sometimes justice takes time, sometimes answers come slowly, but silence does not mean absence of progress. Also learned about awareness. The ant recognized danger before it arrived. This shows awareness, responsibility, and care for others. And it made me question myself, that am I aware of my actions, my words, the impact I have on people around me? Faith is not only worship, faith is consciousness. It is living carefully, knowing that every action carries weight. Another beautiful realization was about arrogance. Throughout history, many powerful nations were destroyed not because they lacked strength, but because they lacked humility. Surah An-Naml repeatedly contrasts belief with pride. And Namal shows how arrogance blinds people while reflection saves them. Sometimes intelligence makes people proud, but the true wisdom makes people softer. Personally, what stayed in me the most is this: you do not have to be loud to be important, you do not have to be seen to have impact. Like the quiet believers mentioned in the Quran, change often believe silently. Small, consistent actions, small good intentions, small act of patience, they build something much bigger over time. So, what did Surah Namal and Annamal teach me overall? They taught me that strength is humility, intelligence needs morality, patience is never wasted, and even the smallest effort has value in the sight of Allah. Sometimes we do feel insignificant in this huge world, but if Allah can mention an ant in the Quran, then no sincere effort from us is ever too small. Maybe the lesson of Namal is not about mystery or strategy alone. Maybe it's about becoming like an ant, aware, responsible, patient, and quietly strong. Thank you for listening. If this reflection has touched your heart, do share your thoughts in the comment. Assalamu alaikum.